moving into our more general security stories for this week, there is an interesting article about hackers who have stolen Microsoft logins by misusing ADFS redirects. So this research was found by some researchers from Push Security, and they found that several of their customers were being targeted using legit office.com links combined with an attacker-configured ADFS to redirect users, which bypassed the URL-based detection filtering by trusted Microsoft infrastructure. So the attack started with malicious sponsored ads for Office 265, probably a much cheaper bid rate, playing off of folks that have a typo in their search, then set up a custom Microsoft tenant with ADFS configured. So what would happen is the user would click the malicious result, which would go to office.com. From there would redirect to, in this case, a kind of intermediate domain of blue-green tours, and then redirect to the phishing page. To the user, it looks like a legitimate office.com redirect. ADFS can act as a single sign-on solution, allowing folks to log in. It appears to be more experimental than targeting specific industries or part of an organized campaign. And this is different from previous ADFS attacks that would spoof the organization's login pages. So this is kind of sort of like a cloud-based living off the land attack by misusing office.com and misusing those trusted sources that'll get somewhat of a lower level of scrutiny. What are some good ways to try and detect malicious use of legit services like this? Or what can admins do to kind of help reduce the risk? Maybe an allow list of trusted tenants?
Yeah. This is part of this kind of, to me, sounds like an older attack where instead of, using office.com redirects, that these were just hard-coded SMB links. Kind of the same thing. Does that sound kind of familiar to you, Mike?
Yeah. It's kind of weird. Like this one's it's almost like using ADFS as a proxy. And then like office.com doing open redirects. So it's like very similar, but I think the big culprit here is just having ADFS like in general, right? Like this is a reminder that not everyone needs it. There are plenty of Azure services that replace ADFS. Not saying like you have to, but definitely it expands your attack service running it, especially on-prem. This one's like pretty wild, and it feels to me like someone's testing their tools. Because it's got some crazy stuff in here. One of the things that this method can do is effectively use like conditional forwarding to figure out if you're a target or not, and then just like blindly pass you through to the regular auth, so you would never even know or see it in the URLs because it's all happening on the ADFS side, right?
Yeah.
So it's like only triggers on targets, very hard to spot, like URL filtering, not going to catch this. URLs are going to come from anywhere. Like it literally could come from like a messaging app or anywhere outside the browser and like initiate it, and that will be pretty hard to see from the defender side. So glad that it's not like fully baked yet, I guess. There are some ways to look through your like ADFS logs for like through the proxy. We should be able to see anytime like login.microsoftonline.com is like forwarding to anything other than your domain, right? Like, because that's what it's doing, right? It's forwarding from there to some other random ADFS server, creating a grant, and then forward you on to like the normal Microsoft login. So it's kind of like a weird man in the middle with SSO, sort of, right. I guess. But it's like this is all the way the protocol works.
Yep. And I think we talk a lot about, the importance of routine review to make sure that, you are keeping things up to date, that you are revoking resources that are no longer needed. I think this is a good example of a reminder. periodically taking a look at systems and processes to see if it's still the best way to go about it. Like Mike is saying, in a lot of cases, there's better options available now than ADFS. So the solution that worked for you 3 years, 5 years, 10 years ago, there's a decent chance that there may be a more streamlined and or more rigorously updated and maintained way to do it now.